Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 freelance jobs that is trending in 2023. So the freelance industry is actually a very big one and is rapidly growing, especially with the current global pandemic that has forced companies to actually embrace remote work. So if you are looking for some inspiration, what kind of freelance job to venture in or to pursue in 2023, I'm going to answer that question for you in this particular video. So basically, as you can see right now on my screen, today's video is actually the 5 freelance job that is trending 2023, which one is actually highly paid. So but before I do that, I want to first of all explain to you what freelancing is all about. So what's freelancing? Freelancing is a contract-based profession where instead of being recruited in an organization, the person uses skills and experience to provide service to a number of clients. So what freelancing is all about is that you actually work on jobs per tax, and then some are usually short term, some are usually contracts to build. It depends on the individual contractor, basically someone that's actually hiring the job. For example, you could be a freelance photographer. You are maybe a photographer, and then you have the skill set. You know how to take good pictures. You could actually register to be to any freelance sites, and then you provide photograph to them. Basically, what that means is that you can work on your own time. It's flexible. You are not tied to one particular person. Being a freelancer gives you opportunity to be able to work on multiple tasks, able to work on different organizations. Basically, it's you using your skill sets. The skills could be anything. It could be cooking, it could be baking, it could be anything that you know how to do very well, and then you are using that particular skill set to work on or provide services to a variety and number of clients. So with that actually said, I believe you understand what freelancing is all about right now. So in simple terms, what I'm trying to say is that in simple terms, freelancing is when you use your skills, education, and experience to work with multiple clients and create a various assignments without committing to a single employer. What I said earlier, you can be able to work on multiple organizations, work on multiple persons. All it requires is that you need to have a skill set that those industry or those clients you're actually working on or you're going to be working with are willing to pay for. So the number of assignment tasks that you can take on boil down on your ability to deliver on them as you have been asked, as the ability to deliver on them asked for. So basically, what when your client gives you this particular job, so how much you can be able to do is how much your ability can be able to take. So you are not actually boiling down to a musician or something. So that's actually what freelancing is all about. So to just drop right straight into the video, I'm just going to give you 5 freelancing jobs that is actually trending in 2023. So one of them is actually called social media manager. So I believe that with what the world is going into right now, the need for social media management is actually in high demand. So basically, people want to manage their social media page. People want to gain visibility on the online space, and for you to do that, you need to have a social media account, maybe Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, any of all of these social media platforms. You need to have an account there. When you have an account, some people do not have all of the time to actually manage their accounts for themselves, so they need to hire someone to actually manage their accounts for them. Companies, organizations are looking for people to manage their social media page for them. So social media has become a powerful tool for business to connect with their customers, especially in this internet marketing age. So as social media manager, you are responsible for creating and creating content for different social media platforms. Like I said, maybe Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You schedule posts, you analyze the metric, you see what the metric is all about, and then how much you can do to improve on it, where the company is already before you got into the company, and how much you can do to do to improve on it. You analyze the metric, you engage with customers, you reply DMs, you reply comments. It's actually the job of a social media manager. And for you to be a social media manager, you need to first of all have the skill set. So you need to first of all have the skill set. First, what that means is that you need to have the knowledge about social media manager, about social media management. I'm going to put a link in the description of where you can go to get courses that you can actually take, and when you take these courses, you can be able to learn and then use your skill to actually make money for yourself. There are sites that can help you, like Udemy, like Coursera, or you could actually buy someone a course that talks about social media management, and then you learn from that person, and the person actually mentors you. So this way will help you to get results faster because you're actually working under somebody. And the pay for social media manager actually varies, but it's a very lucrative job. If you have a good track record about increasing sales, increasing engagement, followership on the platform, on any social media handle that you can actually use, maybe Facebook, Instagram, any of the social media platform that you can actually use very well. If you have a very, very good, and maybe you have a sound record, you have a sound portfolio to actually convince your clients that you can do this better, your pay is going to be high. So the next job is actually the web development. This job, this particular skill set actually been online, or has actually been for a while now. So, but it's in high demand now because almost every business is almost impossible for any business not to actually have a social media handle right now. Or rather, it's web and internet service right now. That basically every business is moving into that moving their business online. So with more business moving online, the demand for web development is at high demand. So as a web developer, what's your responsibility, or what are you going to be doing? You're going to be designing websites, you're going to be making sure that they are user friendly, optimizing them for search engine, what we call SEO, and then the pay of web development can be high, quite high. So especially if you have a specialized skill set like front end, back end, or e-commerce development. So basically, the pay actually differs, just like the social media manager. It depends on your skill set. Everything that actually makes you money in this life depends on how much skills that you have. How much skills that you have. Skills attracts money. So it's how much skill sets that you have that you're going to be able to know how much you're going to be able to make. So, for example, you know how to use JavaScript, HTML, CSS. So your skill set determine how much money you are going to be able to make in this particular skill. But this particular skill is actually in high demand because almost all the business is actually moving their platform online, and they need a website for it. The next skill is actually called copywriting. So copywriting is one of the best skills you can actually have for yourself. I mean, you literally hear this word everywhere, that content is king, content is king. In this world where content is king, the demand for copywriter is in high demand. So it's in rise. As a copywriter, what are you supposed to do, or what's copywriting? Copywriting is basically using words to sell. Basically using words to sell. I mean, which company do not want somebody, or does not want to hire somebody that can be able to write something and that content will be able to make them money? Every company, every business, every organization wants that particular person, or they are in demand of that particular person. So if you can be able to learn copywriting, master copywriting, and then you are able to write content that can be able to be persuasive, engaging on different platforms like websites, social media, emails, and advertising, and this content actually brings in money. I mean, all companies are looking for you. Basically, the difference between a copywriter and a content writer. A content writer writes solely to educate, but a copywriter writes solely to sell. So solely your goal as a copywriter is to sell, and every company is looking for people that are going to write for them to increase their sales. This is where a copywriter comes in. And if you know how to master these skills, or you know how to use these particular skills, you can be able to write on different platforms, write emails, write social media posts, write paid ads, and these particular copies that you write do numbers, you are going to have more money. So at the pay for copywriter varies. Like I said, like every other skills I've actually mentioned so far, it's just you have to build a strong portfolio, deliver high quality, and then work on time. So basically, you have to learn all of these things. I'm going to put a link to actually a webinar it's actually a free webinar. I'm going to put the link to the webinar. You go to the webinar, you watch the video, and then after you finish watching the video, you can then go ahead to make a decision if you want to be a freelancer, and then just learn more about the freelancing gig. I'm going to put the link in the description. The next job is actually a graphic designer. This graphic designer, just like the web development, is actually been for a while. You get the world needs graphics right now. Everybody is working on graphics. The demand of graphics designer is actually at a high demand. It's actually at rise. The more and more businesses are looking for catchy visual content for your online and offline marketing campaigns. So people do banners, people do flyers, but online and offline, a graphic designer has so much value. As a graphic designer, you are responsible for creating logos, banner, brochure, infographics, and all that visuals that conveys the brand message. So basically, your job is to write, or is to design a very high converting banner, logo, brochure, infographics, stuff that will eye catching and best describes the brand and what the brand represents. So there are areas of different or branches of graphic designer. The pay for graphic design is quite high, especially if you specialize in motion graphics, 3D graphics, or UI UX, what we call the UI UX design. Basically, it is actually in high demand as we talk, or as at the time I'm actually making this particular video. So you can actually, like I said, every skills I've mentioned here, you need to actually master them. You need to actually learn them first before you can start making money. For every information or every knowledge you have in this world, you need to first of all get the skill set. That's why if you want to be an engineer, you go to school to go and study engineering. You go to university that teaches engineering, and then you learn. First of all, you require you to have a skill set before you're able to make money. That's actually how much money you are going to be able to make depend on how much skill sets you have. And the last one is actually called the video editor. So the video editor is actually in rise, just like graphic designer. In the rise of the video marketing, every platform right now is actually trying to introduce video to their platform. For example, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, every single platform, Facebook introduced Facebook Reels. You get every single platform or social media handle of website. Everybody is trying to create content, and videos is something that people are willing to watch. So someone needs to edit that particular video. So with the rise of video marketing, the demand for video editor is actually in rise, it's in demand. So as a video editor, you are responsible for editing and producing high quality content on different platforms like YouTube, social media advertising, social media, and all. So like every other skill set I've mentioned in this particular video, the pay of video editor varies, but for you to be able to earn well, you need to be the strong portfolio, able to deliver with time, and then your editing skills also need to be interesting, need to be nice. So like I said, I'm going to put the links to a course that's going to teach you more about freelancing, and going to teach you more about understanding how freelancing works and how you can be able to get started in any of these skill sets I've actually mentioned in this particular video. I'm going to put the link in the description, so just go ahead, check out the course. It's going to be a course, the link is going to be in the description, and go ahead to actually take that course. So what am I going to leave you with? What am I going to conclude with here for you in this particular video? What's going to be your take home in today's world? In today's video, the top 5 freelancing skills and jobs I've actually set for you. Remember that the freelance industry is actually evolving, it's constantly evolving, and so it's important that you stay up to date. And if you find this particular video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching.